Oh hey, how you doing? We're back on an adventure with Sacha, as you can see. Getting ready to walk again for God knows how many hours. In the mountains. This time, we're in a region called the Pre-Alps of the state of Fribourg. Sacha has his bright yellow shoes, and I have a big fat sandwich in my backpack weighing me in. You'll see it later. Don't worry. Today, we're about to climb to the peak of the highest mountain in the state of Fribourg. But first, a little bit of sunscreen on those white-ass arms, a little there, a little bit on the legs, and off we go. This place is about in the middle of Switzerland. I'd say about in the middle. And that's the mountain we're about to climb. It's at 2,389 meters high, even though our smartwatches said 2,400 meters high when we were at the top. Anyways, it's clearly not the highest peak in the country, but reviews say it's a nice hike. So let's start, I guess. I gotta change those things first. Shoes are not a bad idea here. Alright, off we go again. I keep on stopping and Sacha probably can't bear me anymore.
Could you keep it down, man? I'm trying to concentrate on the walk.
Right, sorry. He's trying to concentrate on the walk. I'm gonna keep it down for a bit. Anyways, where were we? Right, so here we were arriving to our first sort of wow spot. It was nice, but nothing compared to what was waiting for us at the top. So, see, in Switzerland, we have a few different types of mountain paths. You mainly have just regular hiking paths, and a bit more rarer and much more difficult and higher up in the mountain, alpine paths. These paths are higher up in the mountain and usually have more technical parts to it. They're in steeper places and have parts that usually require movements that resemble climbing. Oh, look at that! Right here. An ibex. 2 of them, actually. Nice. This guy was catching up to us. And man, he was like, I don't know, 60 or 70? And he was going! We walked sort of side by side for a little while, but we felt old compared to him. He really knew his way around this place. Now, we were arriving to the second wow spot. It was neat. It was a little valley behind the mountain we had just climbed, and it was beautiful. We could see the whole range of mountains from here. That was sick. But we weren't at the peak yet, so off we go. That's when things started to get a bit rougher. There wasn't a clearly defined path anymore, just white and blue lines painted on the rocks here and there to guide you through. And here, that older guy told us he was happy we were here because if something happened on the part where there's the cables, well, we were there in case. Only, he wasn't talking about that cable part. This was just a tiny taste of what was about to come. And at that moment, I got a little scared because, well, this rocky part you see underneath Sacha, we just passed there and
I just fell down the path there.
And started sliding down those tiny rocks and couldn't catch on to anything for a few seconds. And I started bleeding a little bit from the hand and a little bit from the leg. So it wasn't the funniest beginning. I already had my adrenaline going high before the really difficult part. Those rocks were tricky too. Now that I was scared of dying there, I was super vigilant. And I didn't know if I should keep on holding my tripod and camera with one hand like this because, well, I started needing both my hands. See those white and blue marks? That's what it looks like. You just look in front of you and see those marks aligned like that, one after the other. And that's how you know where to go. Because here, most of the path looks like that. There's no path. Just rocks. So, now we were about to understand what cable path the older guy was scared of. It was this one here. Sacha went first.
Now it's my turn.
And now I should have put my camera and tripod on my backpack. Because there,
Oh là là!
I needed both my hands to maneuver this place. So in the beginning, I was doing it all with one hand. But it was getting real scary, so what I did a few times is that I just laid my camera against the wall or let it hang on the cable. I mean, tracking myself by the cable with one hand was not the best idea. Look at that dude on the edge of the world thinking it's no biggie to do it like this. Alright, I think I was sort of safe here. Still, looks steep as hell in the video. The older dude was waiting for us to pass that part. In the end, we were more happy that he was there in case something happened than the contrary. From there on, we were walking on the ridge of the mountain. And again, I thought it was a good idea to do this one hand. Look at that guy. On my right there's something like a 300-meter cliff. And on the left, something similar but not as steep as the one on the right. But still, you fall, you don't survive. That's what it looked like from both sides. Pretty rough. That's the cliff on my right side. And that's the left side. Look at that. Phew. The trek didn't really get easier afterwards to the peak of the mountain. Here it looks fine, but look at that. I was pooping my pants there. Sacha was alright, I think. The older guy told us that these beautiful blue flowers there were super poisonous, but he told us when we arrived to the peak of the mountain. He was already there, chillin', waiting on us to arrive. He was looking at the view, telling us which of the mountains around us he had already climbed. Legend. Now, that's my sandwich for the day. My reward for climbing this mountain. Yeah, and we just chilled for a bit at the top there. Look at that sick time-lapse. Nice. Nope, no more time-lapse. Well, I guess it's time to go. Now, we thought that the sketchy passage with the cables was scary. What we're about to go through was even scarier to me.
So, how does it look?
Awesome.
Hard?
Looks easy peasy.
Alright. Go on then.
This downhill bit wasn't too bad because falling was not really scary. You just grab onto something, but I had that damn tripod in my hand, so to be stable, I had to sit on a rocks to go down, so it was
Funny. It's real fun. I love it. It's great. It's not hard at all with the tripod. Not hard at all.
And from here on, that was the situation. A tiny, rocky, slippery path. Almost nothing to hold on to at times, and a 300-meter, almost vertical wall on the left, so I had to put my camera on my backpack for that part. I needed both hands. The view was great though. Nothing to complain there, but I wasn't expecting this kind of hike when I was reading the reviews. You know, in Switzerland, we have these sorts of half climbs, half hike activities. It's called Via Ferrata. I think they call it a cliff walk in English, and it's exactly that. You have a cable attached to the mountain, a harness with a special contraption that has carabiners on it, and you just walk on the cliff. But you're secure because you're attached to the cable. Here I'm just holding on to a chain, which is also fun, but if I knew, I wouldn't have brought a massive backpack with me with a 12-foot sandwich in it. Look at Sacha. He's not complaining and whining about the fact that he has to climb a mountain to go back home. I am a grumpy princess, so I have to say those things. Why isn't he telling me to shut up? Oh, right. I'm speaking in my head. So, here, we were very hesitant to go there, because it was an extra 20 minutes to go up, so this meant an extra hour of hiking back and forth. But we saw some ibexes chilling around and we wanted to see them from up close. Yeah, the decision was made for us. Look at that beauty. At that point, we were already pretty tired, but you know how it is. We just kept on going.
That's our second summit of the day. That was the first one there.
Yeah, the view from up here was crazy. I think that the first summit, well, it was nice to make it because it was the highest, but this one had the best view. Nice. But this time, it was time to go down. But I don't know if we're taking the right path. At least we weren't alone. Our friend the ibex was there to check on us. The king of the mountain. Look at that guy, just checking us out. That's the king of the mountain there. Look at him posing for the video. You know, I think he knew what was going on and wanted to warn us because here, we got lost. I tried to check around that big-ass rock to see if there was a path or something. Sacha tried to see from above if maybe we had an option there, but nothing. So we decided to go back to that second peak and take the route we used to go up to it, because we knew there was a path 20 minutes down the road there. Still checking on us. So climbing was one thing. We were using certain muscles for that. And here, downhill, some new sensations started to appear, and the terrain was not helping us with our task. See this tiny gravel in between the rocks? Well, that's just a little intro to how the path is going to present itself in a few seconds. Look at him go. Sacha the explorer. So, our legs were pretty much done at this point, but we still somehow needed to find more strength to resist to this. We had to go down like this for something like half the way. I fell on my ass a few times. Sacha too, but he keeps on rocking it. We were up there like a half hour ago. And then, one of my nightmares came true.
Yeah, I am not reassured by that.
Cows.
What?
Literally walking a few inches from cows in a field. I don't know if I told you, but Marion and I got attacked by cows once. But you know, all of that hike was beautiful.
Yeah, it was beautiful, but we're never doing it again. That was way too much, okay?
Alright, never again, I guess. See you on the next one.